Hello students. Last time we discussed about the breaking down of the various ways of the glucose. Now let's move ahead to the next topic. The next topic is respiration in the plants. Now, like animals, plants also need energy. Plant get this energy by the process of respiration. Same process takes place in the plants also. And plant also use the oxygen in the air for the respiration, and they also release the carbon dioxide. It means as we inhale oxygen and then we exhale carbon dioxide. Same the plant also do this, they also do the same process. They uh, take in oxygen and take out the carbon dioxide. The respiration in the plants differ from the animal in three aspects. Now see, the first, plant get oxygen by diffusion. In our body, the oxygen is taken inside with the help of the lungs. In the plants, the oxygen is diffused in the body, and plant have the branch, branch. They have quite a large surface than in comparison to their volume, and therefore diffusion alone can supply all the cell of the plant with as much oxygen as they need for the respiration. जितनी ऑक्सीजन की जरूरत उन्हें होती है वो उनकी बॉडी सरफेस से ही एब्जॉर्ब कर ली जाती है. उनकी बॉडी सरफेस, it means the area is such, they have the such large area, uh, each cell can take that oxygen by the process of diffusion, और उतनी ऑक्सीजन उनके लिए सफिशिएंट हो जाती है. हर सेल के पास ऑक्सीजन डिफ्यूजन प्रोसेस से ही डायरेक्ट एनवायरनमेंट से ले ली जाती है. नाउ डिफ्यूजन occurs through three main parts are there through which the diffusion takes place in the plants. Number one, it is a stomata in leaves. Second is lenticels. Now next is through the general body surface of the roots. Aerial part, in the aerial part, leaves and stem. Diffusion takes place through these, and in the part which are underground, and they are the roots, and through roots by the general surface of the root the oxygen is taken inside by the process of diffusion. Now see one by one. Respiration in roots. Now how respiration takes place in the roots, let's discuss about it. Air occurs in the, you all know, inside the soil, in the soil particles. In between the soil particle, air is there. As water is there, same, the air is also present in between the soil particles. Oxygen of the soil air diffuse into the root hair, and it reaches to the internal cell of the root for the respiration. Now see this diagram. In this diagram you can see uh, this middle structure is the root hair. Root hair is the outer growth of the epidermal cell, and these are the soil particles, and in between the soil particle the space is there, and in this space air and water is there. Now the somewhere air is there, and in some spaces water is there. Then this air is absorbed, the oxygen from this air is absorbed by the root hairs, and now this is transferred to the inside cells. The waterlogged condition, in the waterlogged condition, if water is filled all around, अगर सब in spaces में water भरा हुआ है, then in that condition the soil become deficient, क्योंकि air water भरेगा तो obviously air will come out, and when air will come out then the air will be deficient for the roots to absorb. The metabolic activity of the root declines and the plant may wither. It means if that condition takes place, in that condition waterlogging is there. It means in the condition of the waterlogging, when air is less in the soil, then in that condition the bad effect will be on the plant and it will wither. Are you getting it? Okay. Then see next. Respiration in stems. How respiration takes place through the stem? Stems of the herbaceous plant. It means the plants which are herbs, or we can say their stem is green. If the stem is green, then stomatas are present there, and they can absorb, or we can say oxygen will diffuse inside the stomata. Only in green stems. If stem is green, then through the stomata it can take the oxygen inside, and the carbon dioxide which is produced inside, that is diffused outside through these stomata. In woody stems, if the plant is old, if woody stem is there, then in that case you can see small structures are there. These holes, these are called lenticels. These are called lenticels. Now see this structure. In this you can see these are the dead cells of the bark, and in between these the spaces are there through which the gas can move inside, or we can say gas can diffuse inside the internal cells. Now see this diagram also. These are the lenticels which are present. You can see 1 2 3 4, there are so many lenticels. These are the small hole through which gas can be exchanged. And now see next, respiration in the leaves. We all know about it. Leaf have so many small pores in it. Millions of small pores are present on the leaf. These are called stomata. These pores are called stomata, and through these stomata, air, or we can say oxygen, can go inside, and carbon dioxide can come outside. It's a simple process, you can see. Then simply we can say, in the root hairs are there to absorb the oxygen. Then in the stems, lenticels are there, and in the leaves, the pores which are called stomata, these are for the exchange of gases. Now next, net gaseous exchange in the leaves of a plant. During the daytime, when the photosynthesis is occurred, oxygen is produced. We all know, due to the photosynthesis, oxygen, CO2 is used and oxygen is produced. The leaf use some of the oxygen for the respiration, and rest of the oxygen is diffused into the atmosphere. जितनी बनी ऑक्सीजन उनमें से ज़्यादातर बॉडी में रेस्पिरेशन के लिए यूज हो गई, और बाकी जो है वो छोड़ दी गई इन्वायरमेंट में. अगेन ड्यूरिंग द डे टाइम, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज प्रोड्यूस. As a result of the respiration, carbon dioxide is produced, but that carbon dioxide is also used up in photosynthesis by the leaf. Even that carbon dioxide which is forming inside the plant, that is less for the photosynthesis, and उसको पूरा करने के लिए वो बाहर से और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को प्लांट खींच लेते हैं. तो एज अ रिजल्ट, एज अ होल, ड्यूरिंग द डे टाइम, प्लांट एब्जॉर्ब CO2 एंड रिलीज O2. जबकि रेस्पिरेशन भी चल रहा है अंदर, लेकिन हुआ क्या कि रेस्पिरेशन में जितनी CO2 रेस्पिरेशन में जितनी CO2 आपकी बनती है वो कम पड़ जाती है फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए, इसलिए बाहर से भी वो ले ली जाती है. ओके, द नेक्स्ट, दिस नेट गैस एक्सचेंज इन द लीफ ड्यूरिंग द डे टाइम इज O2, oxygen diffuses out and CO2 diffuses inside. Now, at night time, when no photosynthesis occur, hence no oxygen is produced. No photosynthesis, no oxygen. Then oxygen from the air that diffuses inside, or we can say that is goes inside the plant through the leaves or the stomata, and respiration takes place, and as a result of respiration the carbon dioxide is produced and which is diffused out into the air. This during the night time. Net gaseous exchange in leaf at the night is O2 diffuses in and CO2 diffuses out. Now next, respiratory organs of some animals. Now see one by one. Unicellular animals like amoeba and planaria, it is done by cell membrane or plasma membrane. Now see amoeba. In the amoeba, the gaseous exchange takes place through the outer boundary, or it is the plasma membrane. Next, earthworm. Earthworm, it respires through the skin. The skin is moisturized, and in this moisturized skin, in that moisture, that O2 is dissolved and absorbed in the body. It is diffuses inside, and the CO2 it goes out. Next, aquatic animals like fish, prawn, they all have the gills. They all have gills, and through the gills, they respire. The exchange of the O2 and CO2 takes place through the gills. Now see the picture of the gills. In the fishes, you can see these are the structure which are called gills. These are gills. They take the oxygen from the water which moves through the mouth inside, and it comes out from the gills. And during this process, the oxygen which comes in contact with the gills, that is absorbed into the gills, and then the rest water is come out from that gills. Then the water goes from the mouth and come out from the gills, mouth, then gills, and the oxygen is taken from that water. Now next is insect like the grasshopper, cockroach, they respire through the spiracles and trachea. Now see, these are the small holes. These are the small holes which are present. These are called spiracles, and through these spiracle the air goes inside, and this is a tube-like system through which the air passes and absorb in the body. Now next is animals like the humans and birds, then lungs are there. Then we will study in detail about the lungs. Now see, next is difference of respiration in plants and animal. Now see, what is the difference between the respiration of plant and animal? Now see, plants, all the part of the plant like the root, stem and leaves, they perform respiration individually. But in animals, only a particular organ is there. A particular organ is given, a single unit is given for the respiration. Now during the respiration in the plant, there is a little transport of the respiratory gases from uh, one part of the plant to the another. Respiratory gases are usually transported over a long distance inside the animal during the respiration. These are Next is the respiration in the plant occur at the slow rate, whereas respiration in the animal is at faster rate. Is it clear to you? Then see the next one more difference between breathing and respiration. What is the difference between breathing and respiration? Then see the 4 point for it. Number one, extracellular process. It is extracellular process. Only in breathing, the air is taken inside the lungs through the nasal passages, and then there is no cellular process, extracellular process. Then intracellular process. From the lungs, that O2 is transported to the each and every cell. Then there, the process of transpiration, or we can say oxidation of food and energy generation takes place. So it is an intracellular process. It is extracellular. Does not involve uh, it does not involve any enzyme action. Obviously, there is no enzyme action, but here number of enzyme for required for the oxidation of food. यहाँ तो oxidation of food होता ही नहीं है, इसलिए कुछ नहीं चाहिए, और जबकि यहाँ पे oxidation food होता है और food होता है, that's why we required a lot of enzyme, respiratory enzymes. Now it consumes energy. Breathing, taking exhale or inhale, it takes the energy, it consumes energy, whereas it releases the energy in the form of ATP, and it is continued to certain organ of the body. As we know, up to the lungs only, nose to lungs, and it occurs in the all cell of the body. In the whole body, the cells, whatever number of the cell is there, the respiration process, that intracellular process, that takes place in each and every cell. Is it clear to you? Okay, if you have any problem, then you can write down in the comment box. Thank you.